Okay, so for today here, we are looking at building up some cash game lineups here for today as early in the morning. Just caution against perhaps too early, but like right now it's 6:25 a.m., but looks like they hadn't updated the players or something hasn't updated as of yet. So we're just going to show examples purely. These are not going to be the actual cash games. I will update the cash pool lineup on my site. That was wealthyfantasyfootball.com. Yes, even for NBA lineups. So even though it says here Wednesday, February 13th, just be careful about that, just because it's showing a lot of data here and so forth. But I'm trying to get right to the point of how to look for cash game viable players. So go ahead here and edit the minutes. I want to get greater than 24 minutes. That'll eliminate a lot of players right there. Average per, well, that's projected for the day. So the projection model systems do handle that. Floor, concerned with that. Let's get greater than, give ourselves a floor 16, so at least 17. Let's give ourselves some usage on the team. Greater than 18%. Don't forget to put your percent sign in there. If I can find that, there we go. Fan points per minute. That means they're just productive while they're on the floor, of course. Greater than 0.89, I like to say. So near fantasy point per minute, 0.89. These specific parameters will just work very well and get results with, and so you want to try them as well. Clock watch you could do just to make sure they're getting of the past three games, and that they're not, something's going on terribly wrong with the player or something. You can do that here. Greater than, make it a little bit higher. Let's say 27. 26. I don't want to go too high. Give everybody a shot here. As you can see, the list is getting smaller, down to around 20-25 players, looks like. So as far as anything else important to try to go with, let's try to get at least 4x consistency based on the amount of value that you pay for. Let's just go make sure we're all above average as far as the consistency value there. So we have enough plays. For example, we're not going to actually use these players. Of course, we don't have to. Or we could have inserted these into cash, and they did very well, starting with LeBron last night. So kind of looking back, at players that did very well on FanDuel or Draftkings. So I had DeRozan last night, in fact, on a winning tournament team. So it's also good for tournament. Now, for the tournament twist, what I did here to come up with some of those good plays was I changed some of this, obviously. Okay. So I went back over here to, where was I at? Oh, I keep the floor as it is, but now I want ceiling. Ceiling to be a significant number. So let's say this must be greater than, for a good ceiling, greater than 49. All right, so we may have eliminated some players there. As we got, interestingly, Klay Thompson, had him as well. Just barely made the cut, greater than 49. So that's how projection systems they use and so forth. There's other projection systems here. One where they do it's a 10,000, I believe it is, or several thousand results of a simulation that they do this to figure out what the absolute highest score the player had, and also the absolute lowest out of thousands of simulations. Does a really good job in finding value. That's within here, the DFS Army as well. You would just go down here to, I got to go back for a moment. This is on an iPad, so you select here your DraftKings or FanDuel, whatever system you're using. But the NBA systems they have is outlined right here. The domination station, which actually helps and create some lineups for you. You just pick some players, at least 3 players that you like, and insert them in percentage-wise, minimum or max in your lineup. But then down here, we were looking at the NBA simulation model. So we'll just click on that for an example that it will show. You can open it up in Google Sheets to easily manage it. And it's not showing up at this time. It'll be updated and have an initial and then an update later to give you things like I mentioned, the max and the minimum and the value and all these things. And this is especially helpful with tournaments. As you can look at here, 3x, 4 on up to 8x value. Hit a player with 7 or 8x value, you're going to win if you get enough of them in your lineup. So this is not difficult to do. You can just do the methods like I just showed it on the research station. Set your cash lineups and modify them with some different things, stats, and using the simulation model right here for tournaments. Use a lot of the same players for cash as in tournaments. Just modify a couple of players as you wish to do in your NBA lineup.